So, a couple of months ago, I was in a forum discussing shrimp tanks and tank sizes with some buddies of mine, and we were discussing what's the smallest size tank you could realistically keep shrimp in. I posted that I had this half-gallon glass vase, and somebody joined the conversation and posted on the forum simply with the words, "You can't keep shrimp in a half-gallon." So I thought, can't? Let's try. Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name is Richard and I'm a fish and shrimp breeder based in the UK. So, after it was suggested that it wasn't possible to keep shrimp in a half-gallon vase, I decided to set up this tiny little tank here. Now, this is nothing special, this is a very basic setup, but after 2 months it's doing well. The females are buried, the shrimp are doing well, the water's beautifully clear, so I thought we'd talk about it. Essentially, this glass vase holds 2 litres of water, which is a fraction over half a gallon, and I set it up very simply. A fine layer of gravel at the bottom, 3 stones, 2 of which I stuck some Java moss to, using some cyanoacrylate super glue, and water. That's literally it. I left the tank for a couple of weeks just sitting on the shelf next to my other shrimp tanks. Then I added 4 shrimp and I thought I'd see how they get on. And to be fair, they've flourished. They've done absolutely superb. Clearly there's no heater, but my room is relatively warm. There's no filter, but there is sufficient bacteria living on the glass, on the gravel, on the stones to process the small amount of waste these 4 red cherry shrimps give off. And that's essentially it. A super simple setup that has worked really well. Now, one thing I have done that you don't see here is I have had a small piece of aquarium airline attached to my pump, just been bubbling away slowly just to give me surface movement, because the surface area on this vase is tiny and I need oxygen exchange between the water and the air above. So having the air bubbling away has given me surface movement and a little bit of circulation. I didn't want the water to go stagnant. Now this was a bit of fun just to see whether or not I could do it, but it does show, providing you maintain a tiny tank like this properly, that shrimp will thrive in pretty much any size tank you build for them. I've been doing weekly 1 litre water changes. I literally just drain it out, fill it back up with dechlorinated tap water, and I feed the shrimp like I do with all my other tanks. You know, for anyone to say they can't survive in here, I put 4 shrimp in. Turns out 2 males, 2 females, that was coincidence. Both the females are buried, and if I left this tank running, I wouldn't be surprised if we had 20, 30, 40 shrimp in there in another couple of 3 months. Now, truth be told, this was just a bit of fun. I enjoyed doing it, I've enjoyed looking at it, but I will now remove the shrimp, I will break it down. For me, it was never going to be a long-term shrimp tank, but there's no reason why something similar couldn't be a table centerpiece in anybody's home. Now, I know there'll be people who are saying, this is not good for the shrimp, but you know, look at the colour on those females. Look at the fact that they are buried. The Java moss is growing well. The water is crystal clear. It shows that anything is possible. Pretty much any container can be used to keep and breed cherry shrimp. I have to say, now that I've made this one and proved it is successful, I think I'm going to keep my eyes open for a slightly larger one, like a bottle garden type size, and see if I can make a permanent shrimp tank, because it's good fun, the shrimp do well, and I've really enjoyed having it. As I say, in this tank, it turns out there are 2 males, 2 females. I just picked 4 shrimp at random and dropped them in. If you're not sure how you go about sexing your red cherry shrimp, I'll link to a video up here that I made previously. Thanks for watching.